Hi guys, it's Allie, and today I'm going to be doing a Christmassy book/bookish haul of all of the lovely things that I got for Christmas. So let's just get right into that. Like I said, I did get a lot of actual books, but I also got a lot of bookish and kind of writerly related items. So while I'm going to be showing you mostly the books here, I'm also going to be peppering in some of those more just kind of fun, quirky-ish items that I got as well from other members of my family and things like that, because I like them and I want to show them off. So that being said, let's start with our first book, or actually this is going to be a pair of books because it is the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. I got the first one, came in the special collector's edition, so it's got the sprayed edges and it just looks so gorgeous on the inside. Look at that map. Oh my gosh, this is the first book that I actually opened, and everybody in my family laughed at me for how excited I was at having the collector's edition of this book. I think it looks so pretty. And then I also got the Crooked Kingdom, just the regular edition of this one. This one also, however, has the red sprayed edges, so that matches together very nicely. These books I actually have already read. I read them both through audiobook, but some of you who are familiar with audiobooks or Audible or any of those kind of things may be aware it's kind of hard to go back and revisit your favorite scenes or very particular parts of the book, or just to kind of skim back through. That's not really something you can do with an audiobook. So I really wanted physical copies that I could go back through because I love these books so much. So it was really nice that I was able to have them both in audiobook form and now in the physical form as well. So thanks, Mom and Dad. The first non-book item, yet still bookishly related thing that I got for Christmas was this trio of candles by Old Castle Candles, which is located in Orlando, Florida, right near where I live. And it is called, this whole trio together is called The Library, I think. And basically the three different sets are new books, ancient scrolls, and antique books. And so each one has a slightly different scent, all kind of centering around the theme of the bookish smell. I've always wanted a candle that smelled like books, especially the new books one is probably my favorite, but it is really nice to have them up on my bookshelves because I do kind of section them out based on like new books or like my top favorite books, and then down at the bottom are all of my classics. So I have the new books candle sits up at the top, and then the ancient scrolls sits at the bottom with the classics, and then antique books is, so it's, you know, get it? But these all smell very nice, and I love that they came from a more small business style place. So there's those. The next actual books that I got were Renegades and Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. These are her newest two books. She also wrote the Lunar Chronicles series, which I am also a huge fan of. I had read Renegades through Kindle, but I wanted Archenemies in the physical copy because I loved Renegades so much. I tend to buy things on Kindle if I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, or if I'm just really impatient. And then later on for like sequels and things like that, I end up wanting the physical copy. So I was really happy that I ended up getting the first in the series as well. So now they look so happy on my bookshelf because they're together and I don't just randomly have a sequel with no actual physical copy of the first one. So there's those. The next non-book item that I got is a little bit more writerly related, and that is this coffee mug that says, "It's a good day to write." We all know I love coffee mugs, so this is obviously going to be used very commonly. You might see it in a future video. We don't know. These next books are more journal/writing focused than they are actually about reading, but that is My Top 10 and 3,000 Questions About Me. And if you remember my 6 books every writer should read video, which I will put in a little info thing up above, these kinds of books are really nice just for, you to look at yourself, because they ask you, some introspective questions and things like that, but they can also be very helpful for character development and for establishing how your characters would answer these kinds of questions. And so that is why I got these, was because they can be a new, refreshing set of questions to add on to the original questions that I had in the, I think it's 500, it might be 1,000, writing prompts book that I mentioned in that video. This next book was given to me by my little sister, and that is the Crimes of Grindelwald original screenplay by, obviously, J.K. Rowling. And this is just the screenplay, so it's not a novel format of the film. But if you remember in my video about Crimes of Grindelwald, I mentioned that I feel like the story works better in print than it does on film. Now you're free to disagree with me on that, but so I thought it would be interesting to be able to look through the actual screenplay and see if maybe there's some scenes in there that weren't in the film. I don't know if this includes deleted scenes or not, but aside from that, I do have the first Fantastic Beasts screenplay, and they do look beautiful next to each other, and it was a gift from my little sister, so I'm very happy to have this one as well. The next book that I got, I actually already knew I was going to be getting, and that is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. And the reason why I knew I was getting this was because it is the signed copy that I found in BJ's while I was just walking around with my parents. I talk about that in my week in review video that I did in November. And so it is the signed copy, if you can see that there. Isn't that so cool? And this is the first signed book that I have ever owned, and so I was very excited to get this. I was very excited to open it up on Christmas morning because I had been waiting since November to be able to read this. So I love it. I think it's such a gorgeous cover, and I'm so excited to have a signed copy of something, and I love Hank Green, so win, 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 win all around. The next round of items are all Harry Potter related, so I'm going to kind of introduce them all together. These are some slippers that I got from my little brother. As you can tell, they're cute little Harry Potter. Isn't that cute? They have the little scar and everything, the bright orange scar, just like it is in the books. These have already gotten a lot of use. That's why I'm not showing you the back, because they have a lot of cat hair on the bottoms. But they've definitely been getting a lot of use already, and it's only a couple days since Christmas, so those will be going on my feet later. But the next thing that I got was this notebook, which says, "I solemnly swear I am up to no good," and I love the kind of gold shiny detailing there. And on the inside, it looks like pages from the Marauders map, which I think is gorgeous, and the little bookmark is a little wand. I don't know if you can see that. Shall I beauty guru it for you? So yeah, that's also beautiful, love that. And finally, from all of my Harry Potter related items, I have this Dobby bookend, which is just so cute. He looks so like scared. He's not happy about this, but he is just going to help me keep my books up and tidy. And I'm not sure yet if I'm actually going to put him in my bookshelf in my room, or if I'm going to leave it here in the Harry Potter room, because it is Dobby, it is Harry Potter related, and he does kind of fit into the aesthetic of this room. Yes, maybe he can like go back there and you can see him in all of my videos from the Harry Potter room. That might be cute. We'll see. I haven't decided where I'm putting him, but he is beautiful and cute and gorgeous, so he's going to go somewhere. The next book that I received for Christmas was this one, The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. I absolutely love Kirsten White's books. I adore how dark she can get and how imaginative she is with taking things that are pre-existing in either real-world history or in the canon of kind of classical literature, and being able to take that and turn it into something new and refreshing and still just deliciously creepy and dark is something I really love in her books. So if you haven't read the And I Darken series, that's lovely. That's taking Vlad the Impaler and turning the character of Vlad into a woman and seeing how history would have been different if Vlad had been female. And then this book, as you can probably tell by Frankenstein in the name, is about Elizabeth Frankenstein, who is a ward to the Frankenstein family, and she essentially gets very deep into kind of an obsession, I believe, with Victor, and gets kind of twisted into things, kind of like a Stockholm Syndrome type idea is what I'm getting from here, but I know very little about what the actual plot of this is, and so I'm very excited to just start reading. And this is one of the rare times that I am 100% confident in getting a book in the physical copy before ever buying it through audiobook or through Kindle or anything like that. And that is because I absolutely love Frankenstein, and I am so trusting of Kirsten White's ability to make this into such a compelling story that I am 100% on board, and I'm so glad that I have this, not only in the physical copy, but in the hardcover, and I'm so excited to read it. So that is that one. For the final non-book related item I wanted to mention in this video, I wanted to prove to you how much of a dork I am, and that is with this gift, the card catalog that was given to me by my mother, and this is gonna take some explaining, but just stick with me. So if you were around back before everything was digitalized, you know that you used to need to find books in a library or in an archive, anything like that. You needed to find it through cards, and they would have files of these cards that told the librarians or the people at the archives, whatever that may be, that the book was there, that they had that book in their stock or in their files somewhere. Nowadays it's pretty digitized, and so they don't need them anymore, but this is a recreation of a bunch of the original cards from the Library of Congress, and specifically of a selection of, I think it's 30, of the classics. So like this one right here is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and so this is a recreation of the original card. And so I think that's just so cool. You can see all of like the handwriting of people that went in and like scribbled stuff on top. I just think that's so cool. I just think that's really cool. That's probably so lame. You're probably sitting there going like, yeah, okay, cool, move on, what's the next thing? But I find this really cool, so I need to make sure I put it back in the right place, because they have to be in alphabetical order. But yeah, so it looks like this on the inside. There's a bunch of little cards and things like that, and then the files are up here at the top, and they have all the little cards inside. So I think that's really cool. I know that's lame, but I think it's cool. And the final book that I received for Christmas that I want to share with you is this, The K by Theodore Taylor. I probably should contextualize why I'm excited about this book a little bit, because it's not like, you know, a new release or anything. This actually came out in 1969, but I read this book, it was read to me in 4th grade by my teacher, and it was the first time I had ever really felt connected to a story in any particular way. Obviously, I had read books before in class, like Dr. Seuss and things like that, but this was the first time that there was a story that had a lot of deeper meanings and a lot of kind of darker themes, I guess you could say, that were presented, and it was also the first time that someone had read an entire full book aloud to me, other than my brother reading Harry Potter, so it was kind of a eye-opening experience for me as a reader and as a future writer. So I always kind of kept this book in my heart. I always remembered this book as being the first book that really hooked me as a reader, and I don't remember a lot of the things that happen in this book anymore. All I remember is the way that it made me feel, and as a special surprise for me for Christmas, my mom found this copy, which not only is it The K, and not only is it in hardcover, but it is a signed first edition of this book. So right here it says, "Best wishes, Ted Taylor," by the author. So this is a first edition from 1969, which is so exciting. And so it has this like crinkly, sheet that will keep it, dust jacket that'll keep it from getting messy. And it actually came along with like 2 more in case I need a new one. And I just think that's so cool. So this is the final book that I got for Christmas. I know for you this might not seem exciting, but it definitely was very exciting to me. So I just wanted to share that with you, and leave a comment of what book is the first book you remember reading that you just really loved. And I'm not talking about like Hop on Pop. I'm talking about like an actual book that you read. And if you remember reading The K in elementary school, then let me know that too, because I'd love to try to remember what this book is about with you. And that is it for my Christmas-related book haul. I'm not going to pick up all of the non-book items because a lot of them include glass, and I am not prepared to drop and shatter all of those things right now. So you're gonna have to put up with just me holding all of these. And so that is it for me. And if you liked this video, please do give it a like. And if you like my content, do subscribe and ring the notification bell. I make videos every Friday. And leave in the comments down below what you got for the holiday season, whether it be Christmas or Hanukkah or any other holiday in this season. And if you don't celebrate any holidays, then just let me know what is your favorite book that you have ever bought or received. I want to know. So leave those down below. We'll have a chat about it. And I will see you in the next video. From this angle you can't really tell, but I'm wearing a Christmas tree shirt.